Hey guys, I'm bringing you today my first team builder video for the PASL of the Pokemon Amino Showdown League. The PASL is now in the second season, and we also got a bigger, so we have more people that are taking part in the PASL, which is great. So we have more battles this season, and also I decided that I want to make videos about the battles and also some team builder videos, because I think that is fun and maybe you will like it as well. So every week I'm gonna post a team builder video before the battle, and then I wanna live comment the battle itself. Yeah, we have sorry, we have 10 battles in this season in the PASL, and we also are divided in 2 divisions. So we have a total of 13 weeks to play before the playoffs come, and hopefully we get into playoffs, and of course I want to win, but I also want to have fun. In the first season of the PASL, the Rhein-Neckar Pyroars actually won in a great final, and I hope to continue that trend and be very successful this season as well. In the top right you see the team that I drafted for the Rhein-Neckar Pyroars this season. We have Starscream, the Mega Metagross, Zeke the Victini, Madness the Hippowdon, Tamo the Mega Aerodactyl, LL Cruel J the Tentacruel, Barney the Goodra, Beyblade the Hitmontop, Genius the Spiritomb, Grip the Electros, Eloe the Cradily, Paolo the Tauros, and Stepfather the Mr. Mime. And in the bottom right you see the team that we play against this week. This is the team of the LA Lucarios, coached by Seaon, and yeah, she also has a pretty interesting team. Some very good mons, for example Mega Altaria, Superior, of course Entei, they are all very powerful, and there's some good defensive mons in Gliscor and in Seismitoad, for example. And I looked over the team, and the first thing I realized when I started building my team is that she doesn't have the best ways of getting rid of stealth rocks or hazards in general. Because the only things she could bring would be a Defog Articuno, which is pretty risky because it also takes 50% from stealth rock. That's, I think, not the best option, and also the other option that she has is the Gliscor that could have defog, but then she can bring Poison Heal, and that would be a big disadvantage, so I don't think she would do that. So if we get up rocks, that would be great for us, and that's why I started with our first mon, which is Madness the Hippowdon. It has Earthquake, just to hit a lot of mons, to do some crazy damage because for a defensive mon, because her base attack is so high. She can OHKO Lucario, has a very good chance to OHKO Entei after rocks. She OHKOs Luxray and Sneasel after rocks. She 2-hit KOs Mega Absol and Mightyena, and 2-hit KOs Camerupt after rocks, of course, if it is solid rock. Oh yeah, Mega Absol, the magic bounce, that could also be a thing to avoid the rocks. So that's why I want to get them up really early if she has the Mega Absol, so that I don't get magic bounced that easy. Yeah, that is the main purpose, of course, the stealth rock, to set them up as early as I can to get a lot of damage. on maybe U-turning Gliscor or volt switching Luxray or everything that wants to switch and in general come in. Of course, for the Articuno it is great against the Sneasel, against the Altaria if it isn't Mega Evolved, it does a lot of damage. Then I knew I wanted to pack Slack off as well, because that just gives me more recovery, so that I can take a hit, maybe take another one and then Slack off, so that I can rack up first the Stealth Rock damage and then the Sandstream. And also then I wasn't sure with the fourth move. I maybe wanted to take Ice Fang to take on the Gliscor or the Superior better, but I'm not even sure if I want to take them on, because Superior is just such a threat. And Gliscor, I have a problem. If it's fully physically defensive, I do around 50% with my Ice Fang. That's great, but I don't think I would win a one-on-one, because if he can practically roost all the time and get more health back with a poison heal, so I don't think I will win that exchange. Then he could maybe knock off or toxic me or whatever, and I don't think that is a good choice. So I thought I would bring Roar, that can help me roar out monsters that want to set up or anything. I could also, if it's something like a substitute Gliscor version, I can roar that out. It does a bit of damage to itself. That is great. So I thought these four moves would be great. I also packed the leftovers because it is more recovery. I don't really need a smooth rock, because the Sandstorm is good for me. That's why I decided to bring Sandstorm, because my Pokemon don't really mind that. But I don't want to have that up such a long time, so I'd rather take the leftovers. Then we get to my spread. Here we see I did some kind of mixed wall stuff. Of course, I wanted full investment in HP, because that is good for physical and special hits. And then I did a bit of investment so that I could take an Icicle Crash from a Life Orb Sneasel, and that I don't get 2-hit KO'd by it after my leftovers. And I packed the rest in special defense, because I want to take those hits as well, because of maybe Superior. I would like to take maybe a Leaf Storm and then roar it out if I really have to go that route, if I don't have my other alternatives for that one ready. So that would be my last ditch effort to do that. But yeah, it's just a great wall, and I knew that the rocks would be great. So I also don't like if rocks are up on my side of the field, so that's why I decided to bring LL Cruel J. LL Cruel J is there to take hits as well. I really love the physically defensive Tentacruel with Assault Vest, because it takes hits very good. Of course, on the special side it's great, and on the physical side, of course, it's not the best at taking those hits, but it does pretty well, so it can lift some earthquakes from really offensive Pokemon and hit them back maybe with a Scald, or get rocks away in the last possible second or something. So I think that this is really a good wall as well. I also had those two mons in the first season and they did great together, so I know that they're gonna do great this time as well. The 80 investment in special attack is just so that I can do more to certain Pokemon. I can, for example, Oko, an offensive Camerupt with Scald after rocks. I can then 2-hit KO physically defensive Gliscor with Scald. I can 2-hit KO not specially defensive Seismitoad with Giga Drain, and I can 2-hit KO offensive Mega Altaria. So if she maybe doesn't have the Earthquake, I can take bigger advantage of that and hit her with a Sludge Bomb. I can 2-hit KO Superior, as well as Entei. Yeah, and it just does a lot of damage and is really bulky. That's why I like having such walls as a Powder and Tentacruel, because they not only take hits, they can also do some great damage. Scald is just very good for burning people, Sludge Bomb can poison them, Giga Drain is very good because that gives Tentacruel some kind of recovery. Oh, I didn't want to have the Clear Body, I wanted Liquid Ooze, so that maybe if she brings the Giga Drain Superior, I can deal a lot of damage with Sludge Bomb after she does a lot of damage to herself with the Giga Drain, because she may be expected to get health back from it, but then she loses it. That could come in clutch if we need it. Yeah, LL Cruel J is possibly the best Pokemon I have against the Superior, because it can take hits very well, and it doesn't really have anything it can do apart from throwing a lot of leaf storms at me. But then it is pretty low and can't do a whole lot if I really have to do that. But yeah, Rapid Spin to get the rocks away. I really wanted to bring the Giga Drain because of the Seismitoad. For the other Pokemon it's not that great, but yeah, Seismitoad is the one of the Pokemon that I really don't know how to handle, so I packed just a lot of coverage for that thing on a lot of my mons so that I don't get caught off guard. And yeah, in general I really like it when the enemies have a lot of quad weakness, Pokemon with a quad weakness, so I bring a lot of coverage with that typing so that I don't have to switch the one mon in that has the coverage and maybe let him take an unnecessary hit, so that I can hit it with the most Pokemon as possible. So for example, if Tentacruel is in and she brings in the Seismitoad, I don't have to switch out in my Goodra to take an unnecessary hit, so that I can power whip it. I can just Giga Drain it, take an Earthquake if it's not really offensive, and kill it with a second Giga Drain. Yeah, the same thing is with Gliscor, it has a quad weakness, and Sneasel has a quad weakness, but Sneasel can't take any hit anyways. Camerupt has a quad weakness and Articuno as well, so I try to put a lot of coverage on my mons to take them out really quickly. And when I'm talking about coverage, I of course have to talk about my next mon, Barney the Goodra. I'm bringing a physical Goodra, mostly physical, because I don't think a lot of people expect that. I also think it's really underrated because it gets very good moves and his attack stat is very good. It has 100 base attack, and the moves have such a good base power so that it can take out a lot of mons really easily, and of course it can take hits anyways. That's why I also decided to not bring the assault vest, because I didn't think I would need it that much. The only thing that I maybe would need it for would maybe be a specially offensive Mega Altaria, or specially offensive setting up nasty plot Lucario or something, but I didn't even feel like letting Barney stay in on a Mega Altaria, because it can't do really a whole lot. So I decided to bring the Lumberry, because yeah, pretty much no status infliction is really something I wouldn't mind, because toxic, of course, it racks up. I don't have recovery, I don't like that. If I get burned, that would be awful, because I'm physical, and I'm also not that slow, so if I'm getting paralyzed, that also wouldn't be what I want. So I can maybe go in, take a hit, for example from an Entei, hit it with a rock slide, get maybe burned by a sacred fire, but eat a Lumberry and kill it with a second rock slide. So that's why I have the Lumberry on there. I also have the Sap Sipper to deal with Superior. So Barney is also a very good Superior counter. It can't be hit by any grass move, so he can set up with Leaf Storm. And I also take the Dragon Pulses really well if he doesn't get any boosts with it. And I can hit it back with an Ice Beam. So I probably will just switch Barney in if I see the Superior coming out, take a Leaf Storm, get the boost, kill a Superior with 2 Ice Beams, or maybe if something else switches in, I get the attack boost, I can kill then anything that I want, because I have so much coverage. I can safely go for a superpower, and I'm still at neutral after I use that. So I can, with my moves, I can Oko Mega Absol even if I'm not +1, Oko Mightyena, I can Oko Articuno after rocks. So of course if it doesn't have any HP investments or defense investments, it doesn't live a rock slide anyways, even if there are no rocks up. But I can Oko physically defensive Glasgow with the Ice Beam, that's why I have that on there, and that's why I have the weird nature. I can Oko Seismitoad with a Power Whip, I can Oko Lucario with a Superpower, Oko of course the Sneasel, and 2-hit KO the Entei after rocks, and 2-hit KO the offensive Superior. If it's not offensive, it can do anything anyways to me, so that wouldn't be a problem. He also can't Leech Seed me if he's some kind of defensive stall set. And I would also get rid of the Toxic if he uses that. So I'm pretty happy with that. The speed is so that I can outspeed an uninvested Gliscor. So if she brings a full physically or fully specially defensive Gliscor with all the investments in HP and the defenses, I can outspeed that, hit it with the Ice Beam and kill it. If it's specially defensive, I don't kill it, but I get it really low and it can't do much. That is really huge. Of course, the Power Whip is again only for Seismitoad. If she doesn't bring that, I have a lot of moves that have no purpose, but I'm also really glad because that takes out a Stealth Rock possibility for her, and it's also one of the few ones that are pretty good defensively. So I'm really fine if she doesn't bring it, because I can't have enough moves to hit the other ones. And if I want to hit the other ones, I of course have to bring also my Starscream. Starscream is pretty much the star this week, because he kills everything. Really. He can Oko everything on her team if the rocks are up. I can Oko with Grass Knot the Seismitoad if it's not specially defensive, that's why I also have the lonely nature here. I can Oko Offensive Mega Altaria with a Medium Mash, Oko Gliscor with the Ice Punch, Oko Offensive Superior with the Ice Punch after rocks, Oko Lucario and Sneasel and Articuno and Camerupt and Luxray and Mega Absol and Mightyena. Of course, only if Luxray and or Mightyena are not intimidated. And I can also Oko the Entei after rocks. Yeah, it's just such a hard hitter, I can't not take it with me because it just rips apart her whole team. That is why I took that. And I took that much speed because I couldn't take max speed with a good speed nature, because I wanted to Oko everything, that's why I had to bring the good nature for attack, and then I made it so that if it is Mega Evolved, it has 307 speed and can outspeed Jolly Lucario or, or an Adamant Entei, but mostly it's for the Lucario, and the Entei is of course because he's even slower than Jolly Lucario. I also outspeed that, but I speed creep the Lucario. So he can do anything with that. I also speed creep my Tauros at the same speed, but you will see that later. Of course, Metagross can also take a lot of hits because of his great defense stat, and his special defense isn't that bad as well. So I am fine with having the defense lowering nature. And yeah, for the speed, for the really speedy mons, like the Superior or the Sneasel, I have Zeke, because I needed a faster amount. That's why I gave it a Scarf, and I only needed that much speed investment because it then outspeeds with the Scarf Mega Altaria with 1 Dragon Dance on it. That is why I have this investment in the speed. And of course, if I get knocked off, I still outspeed a normal Mega Altaria that hasn't Dragon Dance. But I'm not planning on getting them just got knocked off anyways. So I do have the Glaciate to hit the Gliscor. It can OHKO that if it's physically defensive. I can also use that on the Mega Altaria because it gets 2-hit KO'd after rocks if it's physically or if it's offensive in any way. And I can also lower its speed, that is great. Lowering the speed is good on every mon, so that is a good move. Of course, the energy balls for the Seismitoad, it OHKOs it if it's not specially defensive. And normally I like to bring fully specially offensive Victini and bring Blue Flare because I don't get the drops, the stat drops on that. But I did a bit of calking and V-Create was better for me. It does to most of the mons a bit more damage, and to the physically defensive it's not that big of a deal doing a little less. So I brought that. That can OHKO the Superior, the Sneasel, the Lucario, and the Articuno. It can also OHKO the Mega Absol and the Mightyena at the rocks if it's not Intimidate. U-turn is just there to get advantage. If I know that she will switch out, I can U-turn on the switch, so I get an advantage. Maybe I will just recreate hit everything hard, but that depends on what monster she brought. I would much rather U-turn on an incoming camera than recreating, for example. So I did also not put all of the investments into special attack because I wanted to have the 88 HP to take an Adamant Life Orb Sucker Punch from a Mightyena and a Sucker Punch from a Jolly Mega Absol. I can live that if I'm full health, and I can OHKO them both with a V-Create. That's why I have this investment, and the investment on the special attack is enough. I again have some weird nature here. I have rash nature just to not weaken my V-Create. And yeah, it can outspeed everything if it is not Scarf. It can also outspeed a Scarfed Adamant, Lucario. So that would be great. I can really do a lot with that Victini if I'm not getting locked into a bad move on a really bad Pokemon. But I don't see a lot of counters for my Victini. Maybe the Camerupt. That's pretty much the only thing that can handle big team well. So that is also one of my win conditions. I have a lot of win conditions, but not that I would really need all of them. I'm I just like to not be dependent on one particular Pokemon, so that I can be flexible and maybe sacrifice something that is not ideal, but I can deal with it because I have a lot of alternatives. That's why I want to have a lot of coverage on a lot of different ones. And that's why I also brought my special weapon this time. One of my NU picks. It's Paolo the Tauros. And here you see why it's a special weapon. It's fully special attacking, not fully, but mostly special attacking Tauros with sheer force and life orb. That is something you don't see very often, but it can really do a lot, especially if the enemy has some quad weaknesses. And that's why I brought it. I saw the quad weaknesses on her team and thought I could really catch her off guard with Paolo. That's why I put Ice Beam on it, to OCO physically defensive Gliscor, and 2-hit KO Superior also with it if it's offensive. I can OCO Lucario with Fire Blast. I can OCO also the Sneasel with Rock Slide or Fire Blast. I can OCO offensive camera with Water Pulse, even through the solid rock. I can OCO Articuno with the Rock Slide. And yeah, of course the speed is the same as with Starscream, so that I can outspeed Jolly Lucario or Adamant Ante. And it just hits hard. And the best thing about it is you don't really expect it. A lot of people would not think of an ice beaming Tauros if they see it. They see the Tauros and maybe bring in the Gliscor to take a physical hit, because they expect something like Rock Slide, Earthquakes, then Headbutt, Rock Climb, Life Orb set. But then it's special and really catches them off guard. Of course, the special attack is with base body not that great, but the sheer force gives it such a good boost, and for quad weaknesses it is really good, and it's a surprise weapon. And I really hope that Paolo gets a lot of kills this week, so that I can showcase the special Tauros. Maybe if it doesn't get to do anything, that would be a bit sad, but that also means that my other mons put in a lot of work. I'm really looking forward to that match, and I think I have a very good chance of winning. Of course, I do not take that lightly, even though I won the last season, but I still want to do my very best every time, and I want to keep the title for the Rhein-Neckar Pyroars. And I hope you follow me on that little journey. So if you wanna see more videos, you can subscribe to me. If you like my team building, you can give it a like. And also comment on what you maybe would do better, what you think of my draft. And yeah, so I'll see you when I do the battle. So that was it from my side. Stay tuned for the battle. Bye. Hey guys. I know that I said I would do another video with a battle where I live commented, but I did that video and I realized that it was very short, because it was a battle that was very fast. It didn't have a lot of turns, and also in Showdown it doesn't take very long with all the animations and the time. And so I decided to put the battle behind the team builder, so that it is one video with the first part team builder, then this little part in between, and then you can see the battle directly, so that you don't have to watch two videos and the second would be only 6 minutes long or whatever. So I hope you enjoyed the battle, and yeah, that was it. Bye. Hey guys, it is me, OctaCannon, and I'm bringing you our first match of the PASL Season 2 against the LA Lucarios. Here we see the enemy team. She did bring the Seismitoad and also Gliscor, so I know how to handle them, and I think I'll predict the Gliscor lead and go for Pyroar. Okay, Altaria. I think I'm gonna go straight into Metagross. Starscream should handle Altaria pretty well. I'm really hyped. Oh, it's a special Altaria. Okay. I'm going straight for the Meteor Mash to take her out if she stays in. If she doesn't, it's also okay. We could get an attack boost, but the most important thing is we get our Mega Evolution off. And we take it out. This is the first kill for Starscream, and this is the first kill for the Rhein-Neckar Pyroars. This is a great start. So Seismitoad comes in. I go straight for the Grass Knot. I want to take that thing out, and it's down. That is awesome. And it does have the Intimidate. I'm going into Madness. I don't have any reason not to do that. Oh, the prediction. I think I want to go for the Earthquake. I do it. Yes, and it does get taken out by the Sandstorm. So Hippowdon also puts in a lot of work. Yeah, we only have 3 Pokemon left on the other side. I don't think he can do anything to me. I'm going for the Slack Off because it's a safe play. Oh, that was not even bad. And yeah, now I'm going into Zeke because he can of course take a hit and then fire a V-Create, and it doesn't even matter who it hits. Leaf Blade. It's a physical superior with Life Orb. Okay. I didn't expect that, but I can deal with that. I'm just going for V-Create. It hits everything really hard. So let's see what we can do with it. We take out the superior. So we only have 2 months to handle left. Yeah, we are in a very good position at the moment. Gliscor could be faster. I don't want to risk anything. I'm now going into Tauros. She does not expect the Ice Beam there. I really don't think so. So let's see if we can take it out. We take it out with an Ice Beam. That's exactly what I wanted Tauros to do. And now we only have Lucario. We outspeed it. If it's not scarfed, 100%. I'm going for the Fire Blast to take it out. Wow! That is bulky. That is really, really bulky. So I'm gonna switch out into Madness. Wow! Did she predict that? Because I would have been faster 100%. So I hope she doesn't get a crit. Oh, okay. That's a win for us. That's great. The Rhein-Neckar Pyroars win their first battle with a 6-0, with Hippowdon getting 2 kills, Metagross getting 2 kills, Victini getting 1 kill and Tauros also getting 1 kill. Sadly we couldn't do anything with Tentacruel and Gudra, but the battle was very good. GG to Xiana, and I'll see you in our next battle, so stay tuned for that.